Hey guys, so welcome to TeeVo and the Beard and wishing you a happy 2018 so far. Hope it's been going well. Hope everybody's recovered from a 2017, whether it be good or bad, but we're here at 2018, so let's make it cool. Now you'll notice that there is no beard here today, but you still got me. And it'll be a short one, so if you don't like me, then, well, let's face it, you don't have to be here with me for an hour. So, yeah, that's that. Just a quick reminder, please follow us or stalk us, whichever you like, or do a combo of both at our social medias. We have a Twitter and Instagram at TeeVo Podcast. That's at TEEVO Podcast. Today, I just want to do a quick recap of the latest Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode. But before that, I did want to say that I did see the new Jumanji film over Christmas, and I was pretty excited about it when we first talked about the trailer release. And after seeing it, I'm still for it. Because the first thing I did before I saw it was, okay, this is not the original, no matter what they say. Sure, there's a connection, but I actually felt it was more, not a hard reboot, but a reboot. It felt more the reboot phase, because they were very adamant saying it's not a reboot, it's a sequel. Yeah, I can see both ways, but it did feel more like a reboot. Was that a bad thing? No. Is the original? No, so don't do that. And based on the box office reports, it's not doing so bad. So I'm glad people are at least watching it, whether they like it, and that's a whole different thing. But hey, there's that. But go ahead and see it. If you don't like it, remember, there is a classic Robin Williams version out there. So before I head into S.H.I.E.L.D., I'm going to take a quick break, because I'm going to go in full spoilers. But I hope I don't have to make it a warning, because the episode's been out for a while. I am recording now, and it is the first of the year. The episode aired on December 22nd. So, if you haven't seen it, please see it. It's a really good one. But I will be back. And we're back, so we are talking about the latest episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And instead of doing a recap where I just sit here and tell you event by event of what happened in the show, I'm just going to tell you my thoughts, like we normally do in the show, but, since we are solo tonight, I figured thoughts are better. You don't need a recap. In fact, watch the episode. That's the best recap of all. But first off, this is a Fitz episode. Fitz. So if you don't like Fitz, well, A, you won't like this episode, and B, why are you watching Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.? Everybody should love Fitz. But it was nice to see what Fitz has been doing this whole time. We haven't seen a lot of Fitz this season so far, so it was really nice. It was also a nice episode to have completely dedicated to him. And yes, he did have some help. He had some help from an old buddy we call Lance Hunter. Nick Blood came back, so that was very nice. Big fan of his. I love the character. Very sad to see him go, but wonderful to see him back. I don't think he's back long term. I think so far from the way the episode was illustrated, it was kind of a one-off for a bit, but a great one-off. Could he be back? Possibly. Could they go back into the past and show us, more things? Possibly. As this season has shown, we have no idea what's going on. And I bet Marvel is loving that. So, there's that. But it was really cool to see what he's been up to. The main question that I came up with when they said, hey, Nick Blood's coming back. Well, what about Adrian Palicki? They were kind of a pair, Bobby and Lance. No. Well, as clever writing goes, clever being, however you'd like to take it, they are on a break right now, so they're taking some personal time, and Hunter is choosing his personal time to help out his buddy Fitz, which is great for us. The other thing I really liked about this episode was we got to see the shadowy figure man again, Enoch. And as I predicted before, after seeing the events of the first episode, because he was the one who, took the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D, minus Fitz, into the far-off future space. And as we see from there, their mission there is to save them. So is that guy a bad guy? Well, this episode answers that. No, he is not. He is definitely an alien of sorts, but that was also gathered from the first scene of the first episode of the new season. But he is there to simply enforce what the prophecy was given. And in that prophecy, there was no Fitz. We later find out that Fitz's deal is to save them, saving the other people. So, yay. But the really nice thing about the returning characters, aside from seeing Fitz again, seeing Hunter back, seeing Enoch again, was we got a flashback of characters we haven't seen for a while. They are the Hintons. If you remember from season 3, Charlie Hinton, the Inhuman, who if he touched somebody, he could see how they died. Well, obviously he doesn't come back because, spoiler, in that episode he died. But it was the wife of the character and the child of the character, and apparently the child has gone through Terrigenesis to become inhuman. So that was interesting, and she mainly communicates through these, childlike drawings, which explains why Enoch had these childlike drawings on his refrigerator at his home, because, let's face it, that guy did not look like a family man. Overall, it was a really fun episode. I smiled the whole time. Like I said, I'm a huge fan of, Nick Blood as Lance Hunter. It was a great introduction to that actor. I hope he gets more work, and I hope he comes back again. It was great to see, more Fitz just manning up. There was a pivotal moment where it just embodied everything I and the Beard have been saying about Fitz's character evolution. There was a scene where they, snuck onto the base where, Fitz was previously held captive or, incarcerated. And they were trying to get away, trying to find a getaway vehicle. They found the Zephyr, took the Zephyr, and they were being bombarded by soldiers. And season 2, the prime season of Hunter, of course Hunter would have been the guy to, fight them off, shoot them, and, keep going from there. And Fitz probably would be the one manning the controls. Not this time around. Not manly Fitz. Fitz was the guy shooting and fighting and telling Hunter, "Hey, go get the engines ready." And just that look on Hunter's face when he saw Fitz just handling things embodies everything we've been saying about Fitz. So kudos to that. They took a week break after they aired this episode. So this episode aired the 22nd of December, I believe, and I am currently recording on the 1st of the year. So there wasn't a new episode this past Friday. There will be one this coming Friday up, so yay on that. We'll get to know what everybody else has been up to now that, in the previous episode we saw Fitz reunited with his friends, or at least a couple of them, at least Daisy. What they're gonna do, don't know. Did the preview tell us anything? I mean, in true Marvel fashion, they told us stuff, but what does it mean? Don't know. Do I want to know? Yes. But how will I know? I will know whenever the episode airs, and that is how it should be. Let's see. Anything else? Got nothing to say on that. I will say, in closing of the episode, I will do something a little special here. It's not a full secret that I am a newly crowned Doctor Who fan, and this past Christmas, the Doctor Who Christmas special aired, which was special in many ways because it was Peter Capaldi's last episode as a Doctor. Stephen Moffat, the executive producer, his last hurrah as the showrunner, and also the introduction of the new Doctor played by Jodie Whittaker. So sit tight, and we'll do another recap similar to this. Again, you don't want to hear me talk about an entire episode, event by event. We'll just get some thoughts, but spoilers ahead, so I will take a break and we'll be back. And we're back, and we are going to close this little solo chat talking about Peter Capaldi's last episode as the Doctor. So, the last time we found the Doctor before the Christmas special, the finale series 10, we saw that he has been fighting off regeneration. So, this episode picks up right where it left off, and there he encounters the first incarnation of himself. It was really interesting to see another actor play the first Doctor. I've done a lot of Crash Course, history, and found that this guy was the third one to play the first Doctor. Unfortunately, the first two, mainly the actor who started it all, and then the actor who played him in the 5 Doctors, sadly, they have passed away. So if you want to get the first Doctor, well, you can't get the first guy, and apparently you can't get the second guy. But we have David Bradley, who is phenomenal. I've been a fan of him since, the Harry Potter films, and, every Harry Potter fan should know him as, Mr. Filch. But other than that, we got to see characters come back like Bill and Nardole, and what was really cool to me about this episode was it was kind of like, say, It's a Wonderful Life-ish, because he wasn't really fighting a bad guy per se. You thought he was, but it was a really nice goodbye to Peter Capaldi, because we saw him struggle with, accepting regeneration. So in series 10, at the end, you're thinking he doesn't want to regenerate to another person. He doesn't want to regenerate and, be someone different again. But what was really poignant, at least the way I interpreted it, was in the Christmas special, he was kind of fighting whether he should regenerate at all. As in, if he dies, he dies. And that was really interesting, because it was a parallel story going on. The first Doctor was scared to regenerate because, he hasn't regenerated before. And, the current incarnation is wondering, should I even regenerate? I mean, I've lived so long, lost so many people. And sure, great things have happened, but there's just a lot of pain there. And it was really nice to see Capaldi play that emotion and play that role in that episode. But naturally, because spoilers, they announced there's a new Doctor. So we all knew he was going to do it. But the finale speech, man, gotta say, teared me up. Bar none, one of the saddest moments. Before I even watched Doctor Who, I remember someone showed me the regeneration clip from David Tennant going to Matt Smith. And because I was already familiar and fond of David Tennant before that, I was, watching it, and just the emotion he emitted. Even though I had no concept of what regeneration really means, I had no concept of the show. The only thing I knew was, someone explained he's going to become someone else. So, this essentially was the last appearance of David Tennant. And the way he emoted that final line, I don't want to go. I mean, as a non-fan, that even got me. So, how are you going to top that? Well, you don't top it. You just do another good one. So, Peter Capaldi's last big speech, he's basically recording a message to his future self, because he is saying, yes, let's do it. And that last line, Doctor, I let you go. And then he regenerates. Teared me up. Of course, if I'm getting all this wrong, I'm sorry to offend all the Whovians that may listen, but please correct me, because I'm new. I'm very new. Please give me a chance. But we did get to see the new Doctor, which everybody knows, hopefully, because I feel like even, non-Whovian fans are aware that the Doctor is now a woman, played by Jodie Whittaker. And her first line is, she looks at herself in the reflection of the TARDIS and just says, oh, brilliant. and pushes a button, and the TARDIS is going haywire because the massive regeneration energy just pretty much just KO'd the TARDIS. And she is, the last scene we saw her, the TARDIS is going somewhere. And she is not with us, so it should be interesting to see whenever Series 11 pops back up and what she's going to do with it. Do I think she's going to be a great doctor? Oh, yeah. I saw her in a show called Broadchurch this holiday. Binged the whole thing. Oh, man, she is wonderful. But I'd also seen her in a movie called Attack the Block, which, if no one's seen that, oh, you're in it for a treat. It's got her, so you got a doctor. It stars John Boyega, which we all know is Finn now. And for all you Legends of Tomorrow fans out there, Franz Drama is in it. I probably said his name wrong. Should probably have figured that out before said his name. But nonetheless, I knew he was in it. But in that, he plays one of the mates of one of John Boyega's mates in there, along with a lot of other people I did not recognize immediately. But yeah, that's a treat to go watch. Please see that. Let's see. Is there anything else? I know I probably skipped over so much. So much about the episode. And probably the S.H.I.E.L.D. one too. But let's face it, it's hard talking by yourself. You know, you think since I do this all the time with a beard, I should be kind of used to it. But yeah. It's weird, but nonetheless, I am here for y'all. I guess that will be all for today. The next time you hear about us, we'll be talking about the next episode of S.H.I.E.L.D. that airs, which will be the 5th of January, and hopefully, other things have come up. I know that eventually I would like to do sort of another broad review of The Runaways. By the time you'll probably hear the next episode, we will be heading into the finale of the first season of The Runaways, so I'd like to do another big, season review of it, much like the Netflix Marvel. And hopefully the beard has seen The Last Jedi. We need to talk about that. Last time, we were together recording, there were things that I just could not quite say yet because, as I said, there were things that I had issues with, but, I need to see it again. And to the date, I have not seen it again, but I don't have a major problem with it. If you've been paying attention to the reactions, it's very, very, very divided. And I guess I'm in the divided of the divided. That makes sense. But until next time, have a great new year.